David Fudge Productions. David Fudge Productions. David Fudge Productions. David Fudge Productions.
No, this is not a Hollywood blockbuster. The planes crashing into these towers are real. And these buildings crashed to the ground, including one that wasn't hit by anything at all. The American population was terrorized, hypnotized, and traumatized by repetitive showings of the devastation, with the media repeating over and over that it was a terrorist attack.
Yeah. My confidence is up. I believe with all my soul. I could do anything that I put my heart into. I spend all of my time focused in the lab, coming up with these songs, mastering my craft. Cause I'ma need that boat and one of them aircrafts. God gave me a life, and I'ma live this shit. So what's up? Don't get your head bust up. You in my way, young brother. Get out my way, young brother, or I'ma run you down. You should've accepted my offer. Brush me off like it's nothing. I understand, no, it's okay. Run along now, you interrupting. The illest rap still active, more dope than all of my past shit. I was just a boy, I was only 19, but my mind be on some more next shit. Race don't matter, your faith don't matter. The enemy is government tyranny. All that other shit don't matter. My confidence like armor. I know with all my being that I could do anything. I just work hard and I achieve it. Now watch me create money for the next 300 years, so my great grandkids will eat food off of these words I'm saying here. Yeah, I wrote this with you in mind. I'm so far ahead of my time. My body will never catch up to where my brain is at. Sometime I gotta slow down and pace myself. I'm going too much over your head. My school of thought like the Essenes, and some secrets are best kept sacred. It's one big religious war with these old books. Who's wrong or right? Who cares? Wake up, they diverting our attention to what's really going on right here, right now. Toxic food is causing cancer, you don't have to smoke. Toxic politicians, the system is rigged, but go ahead and vote. Race don't matter, your faith don't matter. The enemy is government tyranny. All that other shit don't matter. You rich don't matter, you broke don't matter. The enemy, they threaten our liberties. All the other shit don't matter.
This time, vote like your whole world depended on it.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Real Mad TV. We get the mad reaction, but sometimes I come in peace. Hope everybody's doing okay. I think we got other things going on, but I had to jump in while I had a chance. This one I'm bringing to you this morning, happened last night on the House floor. Most people don't know that these people was trying to pass $110 billion ominous bill. It's still early in the morning. But the thing is, some of the things was in it was there to help the people. And a lot of it wasn't. You know, supplying people overseas with more loot, or your loot. You know what I'm saying? These fools thought that they needed a $70,000 raise, which none of those things are being brought up in this House floor meeting, which shows both sides are kind of half-stepping with the people. Because I felt that the Republicans, because if we can go find out about this from the new administration that's coming in and they can point this out, there's no reason why the Republicans couldn't say it on the floor last night. So, yeah, it was a wild one. They was going back and forth. But I'm not going to hold the show up. We're going to jump right into it. Salute Bronze. Thank you for joining me this morning. And salute to everybody else who come in and catch the recap. Make sure you smash that like button. Share the live. And subscribe to the channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure your notification bell is hit so you always know when I go live. Let's go.
Got what? We are trying to avert a government shutdown, but we're also trying to subscribe to the basic principle as outlined earlier. We reached an agreement. It was honorable. It came to the aid of everything you've asked for. and then you walk away from it? What about your word going forward here? What about the currency that I noted a moment ago? And I want to tell you, you cannot win a government shutdown, and you won't win this one either. We need to return to the original agreement and stick with it. The last word here I'm going to offer is this.
It's expired.
The Speaker of the House needed to keep his word on this
The
legislation.
gentleman's time.
I yield. Stay with
The
it.
gentleman will suspend. The gentlewoman from Connecticut reserves.
And also, before they get started, for those folks who's catching the recap, let me know if the closed caption at the bottom is legible to you. Because I know I have it put in a certain kind of script, but I want to make sure the script is able to be read. You know what I'm saying?
The chair would remind my colleagues to direct comments to the chair. The gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I yield to my good friend, the gentlewoman from Florida, Ms. Luna, for 2 minutes.
The gentlewoman from Florida is recognized for 2 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I've never actually voted for a CR, but I'm here today because I realize that the plan that's on the table currently to keep our government open, but also the promise from the only president in my lifetime who's ever followed through on all of his campaign promises to the American people. Excuse me, I'm not done talking. Give me the same respect we give you guys.
The House will come to order. My colleagues are reminded the gentlewoman has the floor. She has the right to be heard. The gentlewoman has the right to be heard, and the gentlewoman would be reminded to direct her comments to the chair. The gentlewoman from Florida is recognized.
From the only president in my lifetime who's fulfilled all of his campaign promises to the American people, has promised to cut hundreds of billions of dollars in reconciliation. You want to talk about shutting down the government. The deal that was negotiated was largely rejected by the American people, which, to Speaker Johnson's credit, pulled it from the floor, which is why we are here today. The deal on the table will keep the government open for the American people, and if you guys so choose to shut it down, it will be on you, but not the Republican Party. We will not be going back to the table. This deal stands as it is, so let you go back home on Christmas and explain to your people why you shut down the government, because we won't be doing it.
And I mean, I think I would have to agree with the people. They say shut it down. I might have to stick with my folks. Shut it down. Because a lot of stuff that they're passing in there at the last minute ain't right. It's going to put us more in trouble, and it's setting up the next administration, you know what I'm saying, to help us out. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up that the people in charge, which are the Democrats, is actually showing their true side. They don't give a damn about you. And they want to make it as bad as possible for the next administration coming in to where they can't help you. And then they'll sit around and try to blame everything on him when they the ones who's running up the bill at the last minute on purpose.
The House.
Furthermore, Mr. Speaker.
The House will be in order. The House will be in order. The gentlewoman is reminded to direct her comments to the chair. My colleagues are reminded to yield the floor to the gentlewoman from Florida.
Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, the former bill had items in it to include random pandemic policies, biocontaminant research that were not in the best interest of the American people. So the deal on the table is as is. You either vote for or you vote for the shutdown, but it will be not on the Republican Party, but on Democrats as it stands. Mr. Speaker, I yield my time.
Gentlewoman yields. My colleagues, My colleagues, the chair acknowledges the emotion and passion behind all arguments. Please, the House will be in order. The gentleman from Oklahoma reserves. The gentleman from Oklahoma reserves. The gentlewoman from Connecticut is recognized.
A deal is a deal. I yield 3 minutes to the gentleman from New Jersey, the distinguished ranking member of the Energy and Commerce Committee, Mr. Pallone.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
What the hell she mean? A deal is a deal. So was there some backroom dealing going on?
Have the Republicans forgotten that they're in the majority? The bill that was supposed to come up was posted and negotiated by the Republican Speaker. He posted it. He negotiated it. And you know that the bill that you're bringing up instead tonight will not pass. We will leave here tonight. This bill will not pass. And so you are the ones that are creating the shutdown. You have the power to decide what bills come to the floor. You are putting a bill on this floor that you know will not pass and will lead to a Republican shutdown. It's on you because you have the majority. Now, I want to talk about this other bill that was supposed to come up and that you refused to bring up. This bill was negotiated because we realized, for one, in our committee, the Energy and Commerce Committee, that people were suffering, right? They were suffering from high drug prices because of pharmaceutical benefit plans, PBMs, right? And so we put in the bill on a bipartisan basis a way of trying to bring prices down with PBM reform. We knew that consumers are being screwed all over the place, right? With shady things on website when they buy things, junk fees, all kinds of deceptive practices. So we put in on a bipartisan basis that we were going to get rid of junk fees, that we were going to get rid of deceptive practices, whether it went to a concert or a hotel or whatever happened to be, because we cared on a bipartisan basis to try to bring prices down, to try to make things more fair for the consumer, for the American people. You took all that out. Why? Because a billionaire, Elon Musk, decided that we were going to act in favor, or the Republicans were supposed to act in favor of corporate interests, in favor of billionaires, in favor of special interests. That's what's going on here. You jettisoned all the things that we worked on a bipartisan basis to try to bring prices down, be fair to the American people, protect the consumer, protect the environment, protect safety, and instead you decide to simply go ahead with something that you know will not pass, that will shut the government down. Don't tell me this is on our watch. This is on your watch. You're the majority. You're responsible. This is not going to pass. The government's going to shut down. And
it sounds like he's going to cry.
the American people are going to suffer because of you as Republicans. I yield back.
So basically, that son of a bitch mad because he's not going to get his $70,000 raise like he fucking deserve it after they don't did what they did in the last 4 years. I mean, if he wanted a raise, he need to go get it from Ukraine.
Colleagues are reminded to direct their comments to the chair. The gentlewoman from Connecticut reserves. The gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. You know, we've had a lot of talk about what's not in this bill. Maybe we ought to talk a little bit about what's in this bill. It keeps the government open, which my friends say they want to do, and I think they're sincere in that. This does that. It provides relief to people in the various disaster areas around the country at an amount that they agree to, and we agree to, and we share that in common. It provides aid for farmers who've suffered through several years of droughts and disaster and a systemic crisis that, as my friend from Missouri mentioned, is costing us farms. It extends important health care provisions into the next year. There's nothing in here you're against. There's not a single thing in this bill that you oppose. So if you can't vote for what you're for, please don't lecture us about what, if I had this and this and this, I'd vote for it. You vote no, you're voting to shut down the government. If you vote no, you're voting to deny aid to people with disaster. If you vote no, you're voting against helping American farmers and ranchers at a difficult time. And if you vote no, you're voting to strip important provisions that are being extended into next year. Why? Because you don't want to give the next president enough time to get organized. And you want to use the debt to leverage. The extension of the debt ceiling is what we've done for the last 2 years. It's what you supported 2 years ago. There's no change in that whatsoever. So if you want to fight other things and other battles, that's great. I welcome that debate. I think it's a legitimate debate. But you're voting against a bill that everything in it you support. Every single thing. And you're doing that for political purposes. So please don't lecture us about that. We present something that keeps the government open, that provides aid to people, that provides support for farmers, that extends important provisions, and you're not opposed to any of that, and yet you're going to oppose the bill. And if a government shutdown comes, and I sincerely hope it does not, please don't tell us that those of us that voted to keep the government open while you voted to let it close are somehow responsible. That's just not the case. So, you know, I have a rule as a legislator. I never vote against a bill because of what's not in it. I vote on the basis of the bill that comes here, and then I fight for the other things that I think are important. And extending a debt ceiling that we've done for 2 years in a bipartisan fashion so you can use it as leverage against a new president is something you ought to reconsider as a political tactic. With that, I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserved. Gentleman reserves. Members are reminded to direct their comments to the chair. The gentlewoman from Connecticut is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I yield 1 minute to the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Moskowitz.
The gentleman from Florida is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, denial is not just a river in Egypt. Let's talk about the last 2 years. It was the Democrats who raised the debt ceiling, not the Republicans last time. Many of you voted against it. It was the Democrats who kept over the government, not once, not twice, but every single time we needed to keep the government open, it was the Democrats who kept the government open. More of us voted for it than you. And all I've heard for the last couple of weeks about it, this giant mandate, landslide, trifecta. Put on your big boy pants, pass your own bill. We're only here because you guys can't agree amongst yourselves. So hold on a second. Democrats will keep government open for the American people. We will mediate the disagreements between that side of the room and that side of the room. We will do that for you, but you got to at least invite us to that meeting. So if you want us to solve your problem because you can't agree amongst yourselves, reach out. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Time has expired. The gentlewoman reserves. Gentleman from Oklahoma.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I reserve.
Gentleman reserves. Gentlewoman from Connecticut.
Mr. Speaker, I yield 3 minutes to the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Roy.
The gentleman from Texas is recognized for 3 minutes.
I thank the gentlelady. When I ran for Congress in 2018, the debt was $21 trillion. I was just texting with my son back home in Austin, who I haven't seen in quite a long time because I'm here trying to fight.
Crazy thing is, listen to the numbers that she's about to kick out. And this is for both sides. They keep pointing fingers back and forth, but it's both sides of these motherfuckers.
For him. When I got through cancer about 12 years ago, I made my promise to my kids that I would do everything I can to save this country. And what we're doing right now is to continue to double down on the things that are destroying the republic. We are going to increase the debt ceiling, not just $4 trillion, that's false. We have spent $4.7 trillion in additional debt in the last 19 months. We're going to increase the debt by $5 trillion. That's what's going to happen right here by Republicans, increasing the debt $5 trillion. And what are you doing in the same bill? $110 billion unpaid for, because you never have any ounce of self-respect to go out and campaign saying you're going to balance the budget, and then you come in here and pass $110 billion unpaid for. On top of the $200 billion you did for WEP, you guys won't agree with that, but the fact of the matter is $330 billion. Congratulations, you've added to the debt since you were given the majority again on November 5th. It's embarrassing.
$330 billion. That is insane. Fools is out here eating ramen noodles and freaking hot dogs. But these motherfuckers got a nerve to go spend that fucking much and didn't even spend it on the people. They giving it away to people across seas that ain't got shit to do with this motherfucking country. And for all you Democrat supporters, this is what the fuck you goddamn support. I'm not to get mad this morning, but this shit is sickening.
It's shameful. Yes, I think this bill is better than it was yesterday on certain respects, but to take this bill yesterday and congratulate yourself because it's shorter in pages but increases the debt by $5 trillion is asinine. And that's precisely what Republicans are doing. I'm absolutely sickened by a party that campaigns on fiscal responsibility and has the temerity to go forward to the American people and say, you think this is fiscally responsible. It is absolutely ridiculous. It also.
And for all my people that's coming in, that's in the bushes, make sure y'all smash the like and share the live. And a public service announcement for the channel. Any troll that you see or any person that you don't know comes into the chat. If you don't know them, don't speak. We got a lot of trolls running through here and we trying to figure out who was who. But if you know they a troll, this is a channel I don't mind. Blast their motherfucking ass up out of here. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? That's all.
So turns off PAYGO. It turns off the $1.7 trillion in automatic cuts under PAYGO. Because this side of the aisle is profoundly unserious about actually reducing deficits, just as my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are profoundly unserious about reducing deficits. The entire body.
I hate keep cutting off my man Chip Roy. And another thing, if the closed caption on the video is not legible on your end, let me know down in the comments so I can readjust the font. Thank you.
The entire body has been racking up debt for my entire life. $36 trillion. $1 trillion of interest. We rack up $1 trillion every 100 days. Now, what are we going to do about it? We're going to run around and talk about cutting taxes, but not doing what's necessary to cut the spending along with the cut taxes. My other side of the aisle, my colleagues will say, oh no, we got to increase taxes, but won't do anything to cut spending. And so here we sit in the same mess. And I got to be honest, I want to remind people, this is Article 1. I yield back.
Gentleman yields. Gentlewoman reserves. Gentleman from Oklahoma.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I yield myself such time as I may consume.
Gentleman's recognized.
This is a great debate. Nice to have the discussion, but we're here to consider a specific piece of legislation. This keeps the government open. What my friends want to do by voting no is effectively to shut it down. This provides relief to people in need. What my friends want to do by voting no is to keep that from happening. This provides aid to farmers and ranchers. What my friends want to do, and they actually favor the amounts and what have you, there's been no change in that regard, ends that. This extends important protections for the American people. So if a bill's got something in it and you support everything that's in it, and we continue the debt ceiling that we've had the last 2 years, then I'm mystified as to how you can go home and explain that, as I wanted to keep the government open, so I voted to shut it down. It's amazing to me. With that, I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves. Gentlewoman from Connecticut.
Mr. Speaker, I am prepared to close.
Gentlewoman.
I'm not sure who that woman is, but she was trying to shut this thing down almost the whole night. You know what I'm saying? It's like they was trying to really rush through this to push through a whole bunch of bullshit to trick the people again. And it's this current administration that's in here. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to make it real hard for the next administration to come in. They're gonna run the bill up. That's fucked up.
Reserves, the gentleman from Oklahoma.
I still have speakers, Mr. Speaker.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I yield 1 minute to my very good friend from Ohio, the distinguished chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Mr. Jordan.
Gentleman's recognized.
I thank the gentleman for yielding, Mr. Speaker. This bill is real simple. This bill helps the people who grow our food. Right. This bill helps people who were devastated by hurricanes this past fall. Right. And this bill funds the government at levels the Democrats agreed to. Right. To keep the government open over the holidays. Why the Democrats are opposed to this, I have no idea. I have no idea. So let's vote yes.
Man, for the first time in about 2 or 3 years, fuck Jim Jordan. I can't believe he was saying some of the things he was saying at this part. It's like you a goddamn idiot. So now you starting to show your true colors. I heard about you, but I didn't want to take it in because I wanted to see it for myself. I don't like people influencing my thoughts. But I'm starting to see your ass now.
Yes, and spend at the levels everyone agreed to. And then in 3 months, we can have the debate and figure out where we're going from there. But this is a yes vote. I yield back.
Gentleman yields. Gentleman reserves.
And I don't understand why he would agree with that, knowing it's going to put the country more in debt. And what the people voted for was to clean this up. So he is not with us, but I don't understand his reasoning. I mean, yeah, it's going to help the farmers and the people of the hurricane disaster. But if they sitting there, if these same people are calling their senators and their congressmen and telling you not to pass it, why in the fuck would you get up here and say pass it? The people say don't pass it. And their money to be helped is in it. And that's all over Twitter right now.
Gentlewoman's recognized.
I yield.
Oh. Gentleman reserves.
I yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from Tennessee, Mr. Cohen.
Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you. There are a lot of things in here that were taken out of the compromise bill that were good for the American people. And one of the things was dish payments, where you give money to hospitals to treat the least among us, the poorest people that need health care, and that was taken out of the bill. That's cruel, inhuman, and anti-Judeo-Christian. And that's one of the main reasons why I oppose this bill, because the hospitals that take care of those people are doing God's work, and they need to be given the monies they've been given in the past, a 1-year extension, and you took that out. That's wrong. I oppose the bill. Thank you.
Gentleman yields. Gentlewoman reserves.
Yes.
Gentleman from Oklahoma.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I yield 1 minute to the distinguished gentleman, my good friend from New York, Mr. Lawler.
Gentleman from New York is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Speaker, we are approaching Christmas and Hanukkah. And Americans all across this country care about this debate. They care about the specifics. But what they won't understand is when you vote no to continue funding the government to provide the services that they rely on. This is a clean CR. If you don't like it because it doesn't have a whole list of ornaments on the Christmas tree, I'm sorry. But the fact is that we are keeping the government funded. By the way, I would remind my Democratic colleagues, we could actually do our appropriations work if my senior senator from New York passed a single solitary appropriations bill on the Senate floor. He passed exactly zero. The fact is, we have to keep the government funded. That is our responsibility.
An additional 30 seconds.
Gentleman's recognized.
We have to keep the government funded, live to fight another day. The fact is that we are not shutting the government down before Christmas. And I think everyone here has a responsibility to keep the government open and funded, and it requires a yes vote on this CR. It requires a yes vote on disaster relief. It requires a yes vote on providing our farmers the support that they need to put food on the table of the American people. And with that, I yield back to the chairman.
Gentleman yields. Gentleman reserves. Gentlewoman's recognized.
Yes. Speaker, I'm prepared to close.
Gentleman reserves.
The chair, I'm also prepared to close.
Gentleman reserves. The gentlewoman from Connecticut is recognized.
The American public has been clamoring for this body to work together, Democrats and Republicans.
Now, think about this. They always sit around and mess with us about our hair. Dreadlocks, all kind of styles. Why is this motherfucker allowed to be on the House floor with purple hair, and we supposed to take this googly-eyed motherfucker serious? She looked like another one that's too goddamn old to be in her position. And the way she's coming off, vote her ass out. I'm just saying.
Cross the aisle to do what is in the best interest of the American people. To that end, and to give credence to what the American people are clamoring for, so they begin to have trust in us again and what we do in this body, is that we've been working since last August of 2023, on a supplemental disaster relief bill. We worked assiduously over the next several months, day in and day out. And I will just say to my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, I recognize I am part of what's called the Four Corners, and it was the Four Corners of the Appropriations Committee, Mr. Cole and myself and Senator Murray and Senator Collins, who wanted to get these bills done, the appropriations bills done, by December 20th, because we believed that we could have done it and get these bills done. We were told no. We were told no. That we had to have a continuing resolution that would carry us into next year. No government should be run by continuing resolutions. That is not good governance. But there are those in this body who don't know how to govern and don't care about governing. So we worked hard.
It looked like she hyping up for the Super Bowl.
Over the last several weeks. Back and forth and back, to say, we can accept this, we can't accept that. We will do this, we will do that. We worked hard. And to talk about what some of my colleagues have said, the Democrats are in the minority in this body. When you have the pen, which is what the Republicans have, they write the bill. They write the bill. They post the bill. They agreed on a bill. And you know what? They got scared because President Musk told them, President Musk said,
oh, so you the stupid bitch that started that shit. All across the fucking internet, just because goddamn Elon Musk stopped your ass from getting a $70,000 raise that your motherfucking ass don't deserve. You gonna call him the fucking president? And I don't take none of these words back. Kick that bitch out the house. These are the kind of bitches that's fucking us up. Matter of fact, shut the fuck up and sit down. That's the dumbest shit. All over fucking the internet, we see President Musk, Vice President Trump. So it started with your ass, with the purple fucking hair. Was you fucking Barney last night? I mean, goddamn. I knew somebody was gonna make me mad. But they playing with our intelligence. Yeah, there's some money in this bill to help the people, but if the people telling you not to pass it because majority of the money is going overseas to more shit that ain't got nothing to do with us, then don't pass it. We don't give a shit about Ukraine. I don't know how we keep giving a shit about Israel or whoever the motherfuckers are. I don't know not one of them people over there. And what the fuck do they got to do with us? We voted in common sense. And these motherfuckers leaving up out of here is showing how much common sense they don't have.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Shut the government down. Imagine. What does he know
Shut it
about
down.
what people go through is when the government shuts down. Are his employees furloughed?
The government has been open for the last 4 years and the people are suffering. Shut the fuck up. If you can't do the job right, shut it down. You giving away more of the people's money to a bunch of overseas, whatever they got going on over there. You funded World War III. And you want us to be cool with that.
Hell no. Is he furloughed? No. And when you shut the government down, people don't get paid. And maybe if none of us got paid if the government shut down, some people on the other side of the aisle would feel
She
differently
don't get paid.
about where we're going.
She don't get paid. They don't get paid. They don't deserve to get paid. What they done in the last 4 years. Fuck them. Shut it down.
In this effort, we had an agreement. But you know, this is not.
And then, on top of that, after FEMA done screwed up the hurricane victims, you plan on giving them another $30 million? Where did the other money go? Because they couldn't help the people. You sneaky, big-nosed, ugly-looking librarian.
This is not different from what we've experienced over the last year and a half or so. Think about it. Biden, McCarthy, deal, come together. Next day, walk away. Johnson, Schumer, deal. Next day, walk away. And now this deal, walk away from it. Who do we trust in this body? And above all, can the American people trust us? Trust us with their lives. When we had a moment, when we came to agreement as Democrats and Republicans, and then we were able to say, let's move forward this country. You know, one of my colleagues, I think it was Congressman Neal.
Hell no. We want the Democrats up out of there. We want the right Democrats in. We want the rhinos up out of there. If you don't know what a rhino is, pay close attention.
Who said this? The only currency we have in this body is our word. That's our credibility. That's our bond with each other. And when you break that bond, you break the ability to try to come together and be able to govern on behalf of the people of this country. What was left out of this bill, I understand what's in it, but what's left out is unconscionable, particularly in the areas of maternal
Gentlewoman's
mortality.
time has expired. The gentlewoman's,
I implore my colleagues to vote no on this bill.
Well, she might be with us. She did say vote no. Yeah, which is the right vote. I mean, this is a lot of freaking money right here at the end of the administration to screw up the next administration that's coming in. I mean, that's what the people was voting for. I mean, voting against. And they still showing their true colors.
The gentlewoman yields. The gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, may I inquire how much time I have left?
1.5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I yield myself the balance of my time.
Gentleman's recognized.
It's been an interesting debate. It's been a good debate. It's been a lot of interesting points made. But the fact is, there's nothing in this legislation that you oppose. You don't oppose keeping the government open. This keeps it open until March 14th. We're going to be voting for that in overwhelming numbers. You support aid to people in distress. This bill does that. You're going to be voting no. We're going to be voting yes. We think the rural economy is in crisis. There's important aid in here for it. Aid, you support it. We're going to be voting for it. You're going to be voting against it. That's.
Well, I'm going to ride with Big Nose. So fuck you. God daggone you. These dudes been sitting up in these seats forever. And for some reason, if they don't rip the people off, gave their money away, don't know how to respond to emergencies, you left the border open, all kind of shit, and you think you deserve a $70,000 raise. They already make $175,000 right now. If they get the raise, they will be making $240,000 a year. But you making laws for people that's making, majority of the people who's making like $60,000, $70,000 or less. He full of shit.
It's just the facts. You consider legislation one piece at a time. There's not a single thing in here that you oppose, except maybe the debt limit extension, which is the same debt limit extension you supported 2 years ago. So I urge my colleagues to vote yes and keep the government open, help people in need, help the rural economy, and let us move forward with our work. With that, Mr. Speaker, I urge passage of the bill and yield back.
Motherfucker, you don't have no work. Remember, your team lost unanimously, almost damn near flawless. I mean, damn, the Republicans could have won California. Come on, man. As Joe Biden would say.
Gentleman yields. The question is, will the House suspend the rules and pass the bill, H.R. 10515? Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, 2/3 being in the affirmative, for what purpose does the gentlewoman from Connecticut seek recognition?
Guess what? I request a recorded vote.
Does the gentlewoman ask?
And nays.
With great surprise, the yeas and nays are requested. Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. A sufficient number having risen, the yeas and nays are ordered. Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 15-minute vote.
Okay, and we're going to skip this process a little bit. We'll watch the numbers move a little bit here. Matter of fact, I think they might have been voting on a few different things, I think. No.
On this vote, the yeas are 174, the nays are 235, one voting present, two-thirds not being in the affirmative. The rules are not suspended and the bill is not passed.
So there you go. They tried to put a fast one on us here at the last minute just before the Christmas holidays, like they do every year, and it didn't work. It was too much stuff in that bill that didn't help the American people. So they was not putting America first in that omnibus bill. And it got shut down. So today, when I turn on Twitter and go to other places in YouTube, we're going to see a whole bunch of crying Democrats. Like they've been crying since the election. And this shit has been hilarious. They ain't so fucking hard right now. How do it feel to have the council pendulum come back and hit you? They get shut down everywhere. They get sued everywhere. And they deserve to get sued for all the lying that they did to the people about every situation. And I will be reviewing somebody who's confessing that they lied about everything because he helped feed the lie. So, with that being said, thank everybody for joining me this morning for this. This was pretty short. For this live this morning, DJ Tanya Renee, yours truly, Bronze was up in the building. Salute to the people that was in the bushes. Make sure y'all hit the like button and share the live, share the live. You know what I'm saying? You want to donate to the channel, $ Real Mad TV. And the channel will appreciate it very much. With that being said, I hope everybody have a good morning. I will see y'all on the block in a few. Or see you back here. Peace.
No, this is not a Hollywood blockbuster. The planes crashing into these towers are real. And these buildings crashed to the ground, including one that wasn't hit by anything at all. The American population was terrorized, hypnotized, and traumatized by repetitive showings of the devastation, with the media repeating over and over that it was a terrorist attack.
Yeah. My confidence is up. I believe with all my soul. I could do anything that I put my heart into. I spend all of my time focused in the lab, coming up with these songs, mastering my craft. Cause I'ma need that boat and one of them aircrafts. God gave me a life, and I'ma live this shit. So what's up? Don't get your head bust up. You in my way, young brother. Get out my way, young brother, or I'ma run you down. You should've accepted my offer. Brush me off like it's nothing. I understand, no, it's okay. Run along now, you interrupting. The illest rap still active. More dope than all of my past shit. I was just a boy, I was only 19, but my mind be on some more next shit. Race don't matter. Your faith don't matter. The enemy is government tyranny. All that other shit don't matter. My confidence like armor. I know it all, my being. That I could do anything. I just work hard and I achieve it. Now watch me create money for the next 300 years. So my great grandkids will eat food off of these words I'm saying here. Yeah, I wrote this with you in mind. I'm so far ahead of my time. My body will never catch up to where my brain is at. Sometime I gotta slow down and pace myself. I'm going too much over your head. My school of thought like the Essenes, and some secrets are best kept sacred. It's one big religious war with these old books. Who's wrong or right? Who cares? Wake up, they diverting our attention to what's really going on right here, right now. Toxic food is causing cancer, you don't have to smoke. Toxic politicians, the system is rigged, but go ahead and vote. Race don't matter. Your faith don't matter. The enemy is government tyranny. All that other shit don't matter. You rich don't matter. You broke don't matter. The enemy, they threaten our liberties. All the other shit don't matter.
This time, vote like your whole world depended on it.